And so finally, it's T day. T for tariffs, we all know, but what tariffs? On who? Nobody knows. Presumably, one would think the White House knows, but not everyone's sure of that either. President Trump has no doubt said that it's all settled, but several reports continue to suggest a lack of unanimity even within the Trump cabinet on exactly what model of tariffs should be applied, on whom, who should be spared. Divisions are reported to have surfaced quite sharply at a closed-door meeting at the White House here on the proposed tariffs, and this was a meeting held on Tuesday, just the day before the big announcement on Liberation Day, April the 2nd. The broad debate has been on whether reciprocal tariffs should sit alongside some form of universal tariff. Trump had, of course, suggested a universal tariff earlier on in his campaign to bring in tariffs, and he's faced some push to revive that model. The more recent, the more current approach has been for measured and negotiated reciprocal tariffs, and India and the US have been negotiating on those terms and on that basis. Trump has said, in line with all that, over the past couple of days, that he would prefer a deal to taking steps that he warned would not be pretty. And he has noted that India has agreed to drop tariffs. But we are all aware, of course, that there can be a difference between what Trump says and what he does. And so a worried world waits nervously. Not very long to wait now. Americans are no less nervous, no less worried, and the US has been in this sort of place before, so they have reason to worry. And that was close to a century back when the US raised tariffs under an act in 1930 drafted by Senator Smoot and Representative Hawley. And under that law that they brought in, tariffs were raised, and this provoked counter tariffs and set off the Great Depression. The Trump team is confident it will be different now, but already the Federal Reserve has cut growth estimates down straight away from 2.1% to 1.7%. A recession is expected. Trump himself has not ruled it out. The US is not exactly celebrating. The markets are down. They may not stay down if Trump can begin to deliver as promised, and no one really can say at the moment how big an if that is.
April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in.
U.S. President Donald Trump has been calling April 2nd Liberation Day for weeks. It's the day he'll be unveiling an array of new tariffs that could upend the global trade system. Here's what to expect. Trump has threatened tariffs on all countries who, he says, have disadvantaged American goods and workers.
Many countries have taken advantage of us, the likes of which nobody even thought was possible for many, many decades, And, that has to stop.
White House aides have drafted plans for tariffs of about 20% on most of the $3 trillion of goods imported annually to the U.S. That's according to the Washington Post, which says no final decision has been made. The report also said trillions of dollars made from new import revenue might be used for a dividend or refund to American taxpayers. A White House aide said any report ahead of tomorrow's event is mere speculation. Trump has already imposed tariffs on aluminum, steel, and autos, along with increased tariffs on all goods from China. That's raised tensions with America's largest trading partners and vows of retaliation. Trump argues that American workers and manufacturers have been hurt by free trade deals, which lowered barriers to global commerce. But economists warn that his tariffs will raise prices at home and abroad and hammer the global economy. A 20% tariff on top of the ones already imposed will cost the average U.S. household at least $3,400, according to the Yale University Budget Lab.